Hello and welcome to our first impressions video brought to you by MMO Play. Today we're taking a look at a CCG, which anyone that's seen any of the videos I've made, you know I'm kind of a fan. I grew up playing Magic and DBZ and Raw Deal, Lord of the Rings. This is called Battle Cards. It is a free-to-play browser-based CCG. It has got some basically a tower, or in this case rocket system, and cards. Very simple. You start with a basic deck. You can get new cards as you go, too. And you have two different resources. Let's see if we can get a game going. Alright, someone challenge me. Probably someone's going to just destroy me, I bet. So you have two resources. You have your attack resource and your, well, materials resource. And you get so much per turn, and you use it to either attack their rocket or build up yours. If you make it to 125, your rocket takes off and you leave, or maybe you just destroy them with your rocket, I don't know. Or you can destroy their rocket, and then eventually you obviously would build up yours by itself and wouldn't worry about that. There's also blocks. There's cards that increase the amount of resources you gain per turn. So it's fairly simple mechanics. Let's see how it looks for gameplay, though. I'm going to fast forward to the point where our match actually starts. Alright, here we go. You can see every turn you draw one card, and you can play one card. If you can't play any, one thing you could do is you can click on a card and discard it, and you'll draw another one. Or if you're kind of saving for some big attack, too. So like right there, I just discarded. That was actually a mistake. I had plenty to do it. There are quite a few different styles of cards. You have obviously attacks, or you could build up your rocket, or repair your rocket actually. Or you could increase your resource generation per turn. You could reduce theirs. You could sabotage them. You could put up shields and walls to deflect or reduce damage. You could steal their resources, not just take them, not just reduce them. So there's quite a few different styles of attacks. For the most part, the games seem to last about 5, maybe 10 minutes. At least this one did. Maybe it's because we both are using noob decks. And in my case, noob strategies. I didn't know I was doing it first. You can also see the card that was last played, too. One thing is, I don't really see much in the way of warning for if someone has a block up. So you kind of have to remember. So someone makes it so, like, I'm going to block the next infantry attack. You probably don't want to hit them with a 30 or 40 point infantry attack. You're wasting lots of turns. You can see that right now I'm only generating 3 resources, 3 materials, and 3 attack a turn. So if I spend 30 on an attack that does nothing, I just wasted 10 turns. The way I kind of describe these games is, when I was teaching people CCGs, when I played a lot of them, I call them draw go. You would draw one card, play one card. In this case, you would also regen resources, which is 3 a turn. That means you should value every turn at 1 card and 3 of each resource. So that's just for some of the strategy for how you kind of value cards. If a card costs me 12 attack and does 15 damage, then that means it's kind of 4 turns worth of resources. Is it worth the 4 turns? And you can see we're both kind of trying to balance keeping their rocket down while building ours up, or just destroying their rocket. That's the two different styles of play. Do you want to focus on doing damage and killing them, or do you want to focus on surviving and taking off? Hit him! That was a mortar shot. And being a digital game, it's obviously going to have plenty of animations and sound effects too. Let's see what I want to do. I have a few choices here. I'm just going to build up a little bit. There are cards that do increase how much resource you get per turn. I was having trouble drawing them, though. Maybe I need to get a few more. This is a CCG after all, which means opening packs, opening new cards. So, just like playing any other CCG like Magic, you're not going to go to your local game store on Friday Night Magic Night and say, I want to play, what's it called, Type 2 Standard, and they'll just hand you the best deck in the game. You actually have to go and learn how to build your deck properly and unlock some of the cards. Which, for CCGs, usually half the challenge and the skill is involved in deck construction. Learning how to build a proper deck. I've been playing a lot of Infinities wars lately, and deck construction is kind of the name of the game when it comes to CCGs. If you can't make a good deck, you're probably not going to win, even if you're playing the game well. There it looks like he might have just burned up a lot of resources for both of us. There's even discarding cards. There's cards that I could play a red one that would make him discard all of his blue or red cards for an attack. That's kind of a cool concept too. He's been using a lot of one color, hoarding the other, waiting to just go nuts on me. I can punish him for it. We got some infantry coming. He recruited. So recruit gives you instant access to more resources. Cost you 0. In that case, gave him 25. So for the most part, this game seems a lot about kind of jockeying for position early and then firing off later. As you're collecting cards and building a more streamlined deck, you can kind of focus on what you want to do with it. You want to focus on attacking, you want to focus on defending. You gotta balance the two, though, because if you say, well, I just want to build up the best rocket, if he just does a little bit of attacking to disrupt you, it might make it so he wins. But for the most part, that's how the 1v1 works. Let's see about some of the other options in the interface. Alright, here we go. Just end of the game. I lost. Looks like you do get some rewards for playing games, so just click on that. And you can see some of the different options for what you can buy. This is a free-to-play game, so you can buy with both in-game and premium currency. But let's go ahead. Now that I've played a hand, deck construction, you can see I can click I can edit 4 cards. Oh, it looks like you can even adjust your ships. That's kind of interesting. So some CCGs will have like main characters. Looks like this time your character is your rocket. More options. So pretty interesting looking CCG. Fairly basic on the card playing, but looks like there's a decent amount of pre-game construction and thinking involved. It's called Battle Cards. Check it out. It's available for free in a browser. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to more from MMO Play, and I'm gonna see if I can get more resources per turn.